Hello, welcome to another edition of Trial by Magus. In this Rechlin Skunkwerks report, I'm going to be covering the Messerschmitt 210 Premium Heavy Fighter. This is a Tier 5 aircraft from the German tech tree. It was given as a gift to alpha testers for World of Warplanes. Now, it looks quite similar to the Messerschmitt 410, the Tier 6 heavy fighter, and that's because the 210 is the aircraft from which the 410 was derived. There's a bit of history on that. Let me give you the Reader's Digest version. After the Battle of Britain, it was evident that the Messerschmitt Bf 110 model aircraft was at the end of its useful operational life. So, a contest was put out for a replacement to be created. Now, the contract was given without much competition at all to Willy Messerschmitt's factory in Bavaria. This was due to a couple of reasons. One, he was BFFs with Hermann Goering, the head of the Luftwaffe, and he was also a high-ranking party member. So all sorts of favoritism was given to him. And he'd also created the power of the Luftwaffe with the Bf 109 and Bf 110 models of aircraft. So the Me.210 was created, approved for purchase, and put into production without any serious testing. And problems soon arose. The aircraft was completely unstable. It was unsuitable for flight. Test pilots claimed that it had all of the negative aspects you would look for in an aircraft and none of the positive. So, at that point you would normally go back to the drawing board and start over, but the aircraft had already entered production and was being delivered to Luftwaffe units. And that resulted in disaster. There were accidents galore in relation to this aircraft, and those that did manage to fly gave the pilots such a bad taste in the mouth that the aircraft was rejected by the pilots and the air crews and everyone else who was involved with it operationally. As a result, the Me.210 went through a complete redesign and was reborn as the Me.410 rather than the Me.210 C, D, E, or F. They just relabeled the plane so that the 410 could escape the legacy left by the 210. Now, the 210 did continue to be used. There was late model versions of it that had all of its stability problems fixed, and because the 210 airframe was actually smaller than the 410, it was a much more responsive aircraft. It didn't fly like a brick the way the 410 did, and that is actually represented in the game. The 410 flies like a brick, and the 210 can outfly it. Now, this is the version of the Messerschmitt 210 that was flown by the Hungarian Air Force. There they still referred to it as the 210 because they didn't get any of these until after the Germans had already decided they did not want it. Now, in-game, the 210 is an excellent premium heavy fighter. She has great operational altitude, excellent speed, superb diving speed, good forward frontal firepower. That's all concentrated in the nose right there. That is a pair of 7.92mm cannon machine guns and a pair of 20mm cannons. Unlike the 410, she cannot add an additional pair of cannons down here. Instead, she retains an internal bomb bay that carries the biggest bombs in the game, 2 500-kilogram bombs. For self-defense, the Me.210 has blister-style rear-firing guns, Those are German 50 cals, 13.2 millimeters, and they have this exact same firing arc as those on the Messerschmitt 410, the 110B, and the 1102B. They are very powerful. You don't run into 50 caliber type weapons on a tail gunner until the Russian Ilyushin IL-2 two-seater at Tier 6, and the 410 at Tier 6. Now, in competition with other aircraft at her tier, her greatest competition for the high altitude area at her own tier would be the Messerschmitt Bf-110E, which when fully upgraded has slightly greater maneuverability, slightly greater firepower, and slightly greater speed. However, given a choice between the two, I still prefer the Me.210. She is just fun to fly, and if something gets on your tail and you have a good tail gunner, as I do here because this is a premium aircraft, the twin 50 cals sticking out of the back of this thing are a much greater deterrent than the twin 7.92 millimeters you'll run into on the Bf-110E. Now, once this aircraft was restored to my account, I took her out immediately for a solo battle and did the usual thing with her. This was back when we had low population matches, so I did run my 210 in a Zerstorer, or destroyer setup, carrying the bombs into battle. Now, bombs that big, if you're going to use them on this thing, you definitely want to drop them on the most high-value targets available, and then get into the dogfight immediately. Battling this thing, well, you're going to run into this thing very rarely because there aren't many alpha testers left in the game, but when you do, approach it the way you would any other German heavy. Try to sucker it into giving up its energy, and once it does that, it's pretty easily dealt with. Up until the point that it loses energy, though, you've got to keep an eye on the sky and be ready to dodge its attack, because it has a very tight stream of fire. So if you can avoid that column of bullets, you can avoid taking damage from it entirely, except maybe a little bit from its tail gunner as it passes by. And that's pretty much it. Let's show you how this thing flies in combat. I hope you enjoy it. Good hunting.